And I think that's the most beautiful gift that the films have given us, is that it's giving it a lot of breathing room. I would have loved for the stage show to give us a little more time in there.
Sure. It would have been 4 hours long.
Yeah, but I mean, I would have sat through 10 hours
Yeah,
up.
they could have Angels in America that separated it, like, make me come on 2 nights.
Exactly. Well, I say that to all the men. Make me come on 2 nights. Don't spit, Kevin. You'll never be popular.
My name's Quincy.
And my name's Kevin.
And this is Sentimental Men.
We're here to talk.
And maybe scream.
About our favorite women in musical theater.
Try not to get worried, try not to hold on to things that upset you. Oh, don't you know everything's alright? Yes, everything's fine. What's your Jesus Christ Superstar history?
I only really associate as a fan.
Like, you know it well?
Not like as well as I know other shows, but as a casual but supportive fan. Like, I've never like sang anything from it. I was never in it.
I had never seen it. I only knew the hits. And I love the opportunity to like see a show that you know you should know. I felt similarly about when I saw Hair at Signature Theater.
Mm-hmm.
I love Andrew Lloyd Webber is what I decided after seeing Jesus Christ Superstar at the Hollywood Bowl.
You decided that after seeing Jesus Christ Superstar at the Hollywood Bowl. Got it. Okay, cool.
Just such earworms and such melodies. I think of his Christian works, I might prefer Joseph a little more, but it was really cool to see this production, and it's a stellar production kind of all around. Cynthia obviously was incredible. Philippa I thought was amazing. Milo Manheim was great. Adam Lambert.
Yeah, like a stacked cast.
Yeah, Josh Gad.
Did they do any kind of like pro capture of it? Because it was so like starry and cool, and I'm so jealous of everyone like you who saw it live in person with your own
I mean, I'm
ears
sure it exists because they have to.
I'm sure
like,
there's an archive.
There's like a 3-camera setup at Hollywood Bowl showing it, all very well documented. I imagine it'll never be released, although I keep seeing rumors that it's going to play Radio City, which would be kind of slay. And then I think Andrew Lloyd Webber was hinting that there'll be an arena tour of it. I can't imagine it would be with that cast.
Not with Cynthia Erivo. Yeah.
But it was so nice to see Cynthia outside of Wicked universe and be like, yeah, she's alpha, but she is just a stellar musical theater performer, though.
Correct.
Her Gethsemane was jaw-dropping. There were just so many songs outside of the hits that I knew that I was like, this is good. It's also so campy. Like, I think I had always envisioned it as like a very
serious,
earnest kind of retelling of the story of Christ.
I think that's like the time it was written in gives it that impression, but no, it is like tongue-in-cheek. Like, there's a tongue-in-cheekness to it.
To the point where I was like, are Christians upset about this? Because I'm seeing so much on our clips of Cynthia. There's so much just mishigas of Jesus wasn't black. Jesus wasn't a woman, blah, blah.
Jesus wasn't like, white either, my friends.
It's like, what a bizarre and annoying hill to die on. But the level of like outrage, because when Cynthia was announced, my initial reaction was slay. I didn't even like think of the possibility of controversy around that. But there's like a severe amount. So then I'm like, are those same Christians like upset about how campy and just like fun and over the top this retelling is as well?
I don't know.
I gotta look like when Jesus Christ Superstar first played, if it was like, no, people just loved it.
It is a weird hill to die on. I agree with you there. Because my initial reaction was it was just like there are certain roles. And this is like, I even feel like in the last like 5 years that this has happened, there are certain roles that it just feels like it doesn't matter anymore, the gender of the actor playing them. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, this is a perfect role to cast in that way because it is this godlike character. So there should be no limits on who can or cannot play it.
And honestly, I think the show needs like that kind of a twist to be interesting. If that was just a white man.
Also, it's a concert production.
Yeah.
I don't know. People need to direct their anger elsewhere.
It's really crazy the amount of comments.
Yeah.
Just across the board. That was my first time at the Hollywood Bowl. It was very, very cool.
Yeah, I've never been.
It also felt a little bit like New York. Like I walked in and you're like running into all these people that you know and see. And I was like, where am I right now? It was very cool. I would just love a cast recording out of this whole Jesus Christ Superstar endeavor. This feels like a cast that warrants putting on record.
That feels reasonable.
Adam Lambert was so good. Oh my God.
I am obsessed with Adam. I am. He has one of my favorite voices of all time.
Yeah,
he has one of the sickest voices.
And then I went back
ever.
and like listened to the OG cast recording for Jesus Christ Superstar, and I was like, oh, so they were adding like a ton of vocal pyrotechnics in this concert version.
You know, it popped up for me because of the algorithm is that old video of Adam Lambert in the like 10 Commandments musical.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh my God, Quincy, you're gonna lose your fucking mind. Okay, I'm gonna send it to you after this. It's insane. It's like, it's at some, like one of these like theaters that is like a religious organization. So they have like a humongous budget for this like huge production of this original musical about the 10 Commandments. And Adam Lambert is there in a little tunic playing some biblical figure, belting his little titties off.
Sly. Okay, I gotta see it.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die.
Yeah. I mean, bring this production of Jesus Christ to Broadway. That would be fantastic.
Bring it.
Okay, Kevin, we are launching into our busy era on this podcast. And
Sure
life.
am. Sure am. It's time. It's time.
At the time of recording, I do not feel like the Movie 2 press tour has kicked off in earnest.
No, people have been saying it's time. Like, people on Twitter or whatever are like, here we go. It, like, press tour starts today. And I'm like, until I see the girls in outfits that are matching that they claim they didn't plan, it's not started
Ariana
for
posted
me.
on her story today. She's like in a recording studio zooming with Stephen Aremus and John Chu.
Slay. You're on Last Culture, Bowen talked about they did reshoots a couple months ago.
Yeah. So maybe, hopefully by the time you're listening to this, something has started. But at the time of recording, we're still in a little bit of a drought, which I am not going to complain about because I know once it starts, we're going to be inundated. So I'm just going to let it play out.
I don't know. I'm excited, Quincy, because
So
last
excited.
year was so fun. I think last year was a little, I was just talking to my therapist about this. Last year was like so fun, and it was a little, I don't know if like stressful is the right word, but it was a little intimidating because it was just so much that we had never done before or like had to deal with before. But this year we get to go into it having sort of done it already.
Yeah. I want to be more present this year because I feel like I kind of blacked out for the second half of last year and came to in like January. But I agree. I think it's going to be so fun.
I was going to say, what are you looking forward to based on our experience last year?
Well, I'm looking forward to whatever the hell that NBC live event thing is.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hopefully talk to more of the movie cast. I want to talk to Ariana and Cynthia again, but like more of the movie cast as well.
I want to talk to John M. Chu.
Once
we've seen the second part, because I have questions.
Yeah, I want to see the second part, obviously.
Yeah. I think, we should see it. Maybe once.
And I'm just excited for like, I'm excited for like the thing that we're not expecting to happen. Like, what is going to be the Trisha Paytas of this year? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited. Well, number one, I hope we get sweatshirts again this year because that shiz sweatshirt is the best sweater I've ever owned.
It's like thick. It's well made.
It's chunky, but then on the sides, it's like ribbed a little. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's such a good sweatshirt.
I can only wear it when I'm feeling good about my body because it is pretty like stiff.
It is a fitted sweatshirt. Yeah.
It's not like a lounging sweatshirt.
No. I wouldn't say that. So I hope we get sweatshirts again. I am looking forward to, I never went to a sing-along screening last year, so I'm excited to do that again this year. I'm excited. Yes, bitch. I'm excited to...
Do you think Elkanamenamen is going to stay the same? Because I feel like they changed the spells for Defying Gravity in the first movie.
Maybe, but those are lyrics, so maybe she wouldn't. Maybe they're added to, but not, because it's probably an extended sequence. I'm excited for the mania of how many times have you seen it? I've seen it 4 times so far. I'm excited for that. And I'm excited for, honestly, I am just excited for everybody to have it to yap about again. It was just fun last year. No matter who you ran into, it was oh, what did you think of the Wicked movie? It was just fun to, it's when Barbie came out, it was just it's fun to have something everybody is participating in. And it's fun for that thing to be a musical theater thing.
I'm excited for Taylor Swift to be in full force as Wicked is in full force. I'm just gonna have both of my monoculture obsessions being thrown at me at every second.
I can't.
My friends and I used to have this theory that Ariana and Taylor never exist in the same universe. They're always on opposite cycles. This. I feel like it's gone out the window a little bit with the Eras tour and the Wicked movie and now this new album. But I always love when they're kind of existing as celebrities at the same time in the culture.
Yeah.
Kevin, you just did our friends at Down the Yellow Brick Pod. You did a guest appearance on their episode.
I did. It was really fun. They're doing a really fun series right now. Well, it's probably over by now, by the time of listening, which means you can go back and binge it all. But they went through, kind of like we did at the start of our podcast, they went through the movies kind of scene by scene and talked about just the details of each scene. Which is fun because, when we talk about it so much in broad strokes. That to really get into it, the nitty gritty with someone was really fun. Obviously they asked us on, but you were not available, so that's okay.
I'm sorry, guys. I was traveling, but I do feel like you were the perfect one of us to take this specific task.
I low-key was. We broke down the Sentimental Men Sentimental Man scene in the movie. And we somehow managed to make a 2-hour podcast episode about 6 minutes of the
I'm not all the way through it. I started it and I was like, oh, this is lengthy.
This is lengthy. And we break down into a full conversation about the urban development of Robert Moses and how it relates to Jeff Goldblum and his portrayal of the wizard. We really went off the deep end with that. But it was fun to really kind of break down the wizard as a character and Jeff Goldblum's performance as opposed to the way he's portrayed on Broadway and things like that. So yeah, it's a really fun episode of a very fun series of episodes. If you don't listen to their podcast, you should. They are very consistently and they'll ask Quincy and I to come. They'll be like, hey guys, in 2.5 months, do you have 17 minutes to spare? They're so organized. They crank out episodes like the Navy. They're insane. I'm so impressed with their
unlike the Sentimental
their level of content. No, we're so easy breezy. We're dancing through life. If an episode breezes past us, if we manage to catch it, if not, we let it go. Whatever. Oh, is the movie coming out? Maybe we'll do an episode. They are militant. They never miss an episode. So if you
Which I admire.
Love this podcast, but you're these boys are a little unreliable,
you know what, though? We've never once gotten called out for being inconsistent, which is always shocking to me because we kind of are.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because we are pretty upfront about our inability to be consistent. I think also we were so consistent for the first 2.5, 3 years when nobody was like at work or like going out. And so like now that people have like other things to do, I don't think people mind that we skip some weeks.
Thank you for the grace, listeners.
That said, if we can hold ourselves to the plan that we made the other night between now and the end of the year, y'all will be fed.
Yeah.
But until the end of the year.
No promises. But I also feel like for me personally, it's easier to like be on top of shit when there's a lot of shit.
When there's more of it.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it's just like I literally woke up yesterday morning and was like, Quince, a podcast in all aspects of life. I was like, you just have to lock in through the end of the year.
Yeah. Buckle up.
Kevin, I saw the recent Broadway cast before I left town a couple weeks ago.
You did.
Or the current Broadway cast.
We have been trying to line up seeing that cast together for so long that finally we were just like, you know what? We're going to go separately. And you beat me to it.
I just knew that once I came back from vacation, we were going to be in hyperdrive. So I was like, let me see it now.
Yeah.
So I can at least get it in.
I feel like
you should go see it.
Maybe what we should do, is I'll try to go like this week or next week. And then we can record maybe like a mini episode just devoted to that. Do you have anything you want to tell me about them now?
Sure, I'll withhold then. It was great. It was really great. I'm loving Natasha Yvette as Morrible.
Yeah.
loving. Brad Oscar, I think, is one of the most perfect wizards. Ali Trim and Lencia are fantastic. I'm going to, before we have them on, say that I think Ali Trim is a no one the wicked Glinda. And I think Lencia is a no good deed, Elphaba.
Okay. No one mourns, no good deed.
That's my take.
Okay.
Jordan Litz, I love when a Fiyero is straight.
Does he still do... You know what? Okay. Jordan Litz and Jake had their little moment in Dancing Through Life where like he gets like right up in Bach's face in like a very playful way, and every time I saw them do it, I was like, kiss, just kiss.
Speaking of Bach, I do think Danny Quadrino is a pretty perfect Bach.
Danny's a slay.
He's so fantastic. He sings it down. He riffs where you want to riff. He gets a little poppy. He's so funny. I'm so happy.
Dig up that episode from the backlog, y'all. Daniel Quadrino in like the first 20 episodes or 25.
It's like a good episode too.
It is, yeah. It was like a Pride episode or something, right?
Yeah. No, he's fantastic as Bach. It was so cool to see Jenna as Nessa. She's also phenomenal. I can't wait to have her on. Mm-hmm. It's a really good time to see Wicked. I want to go back to see Carrie Renee Fuller, The Standby, because I'm also hearing fantastic things about her.
I bet.
And the boots I've seen have been delish.
Maybe I'll try to go when Connor's back. And it's like a little easier for me to like do something.
Because we're entering Wicked Mania. We got it. We're going to have a
Quincy, speaking of current casts, one more thing to mention because it's so apropos to our guest today is that the Brazil production of Wicked is currently making herstory with Gloria Groove as the first drag queen cast as Madame Morrible in any production of Wicked. That is so slay.
So slay. And like so perfect for Madame Morrible. I can't believe that hasn't happened yet.
Yes,
I do
agree.
suspect a day in like 20 years from now where like drag queen as Madame Morrible is the norm.
Is the norm. Yeah, like when regional productions of Wicked are starting to pop up everywhere. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would love to see today's guest as Broadway's first drag Madame Morrible.
Let's ask her.
Yeah, Anna Gasteyer, hard no, but I do feel like Ginger Minge might consider it in a different light. Oh my God.
Anna's episode was so funny.
I still get texts from people being like, hey, I'm listening to the Anna Gasteyer episode and it's so funny. She killed it. If we ever need like a guest host because one of us has fallen ill, I say we call her.
I think Nicole Parker would also be a good guest host
Yes.
for a similar reason.
You know, I do still, you mentioned this once, I do still think it would be so fun to do like a round table with you, me, Jackie, Teal, and Dee.
Yeah, maybe we should, while Dee's Death Becomes Her. That'd be fun.
I want to see her so bad.
Me too.
I want to see her as Helen, though.
Yes.
And she has never gone on as Helen.
Oh, as Jennifer Smart?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I kind of love her as Madeline.
She's only done Madeline, and everything I've seen, I'm very interested in.
Is she both?
She's a standby for both. But
Interesting.
I think like on paper, she's a standby for both, but I think off paper, she's like primarily Megan's standby.
Kevin, who are we talking to today?
Quincy, today we are talking to the one, the only, the incomparable, the fabulous Ginger Minj.
Our second Drag Race girl on Scent Men Pod.
Our second Drag Race girl, I know. Which honestly, I just feel like it's fun that we're getting into the overlap of like being a sentimental man via your high school theater drama club and being a sentimental man via putting on makeup when your parents weren't looking. That's a big overlap, and I feel blessed to explore it.
And we're about to enter a Wicked Palooza, but sometimes we like to talk to some non-Wicked folks. So thank you for going along for the ride with us. And also, there's a lot of Wicked overlap with these quote-unquote non-Wicked guests.
Yeah, everybody's got a Wicked overlap.
It's all in the SMU.
Also, it's not
universe.
even un-Wicked related, because Ginger Minj, as we were talking about just now, had the distinct pleasure of lip-syncing the Idina Menzel recording of Defying Gravity in front of Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo.
What an honor.
That
Do you
is
think we'll
something-
ever have the distinct pleasure of lip syncing the movie Defying Gravity in front of,
That's what I want.
let's
for
say,
us.
Idina and Kristen?
I want in front of all four for us. But yeah, I think so. I think Quincy, you and me would really, we'd kill it.
Yeah.
We'd kill it. I feel like, what's it called? Fagtasia should have us as special lip sync guests.
Yes.
For the, yeah.
Kevin, we haven't mentioned it yet, but I do feel like it's important to flag your haircut and your new look that you're serving listeners who are not watching us. This is a Kevin I haven't seen in a very long time.
In years.
This is a little bit the Kevin I fell in love with, though, minus the stash.
Yeah, she's new. This is close to the Kevin that started this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, back when we
we're
all
serving,
had
like, mullet
mustaches,
now.
and
I had a mustache. Yeah.
Yeah, those 10 francs, they sure did save my poor Cosette.
Sorry, back to Ginger Minj.
Anyway, so Ginger Minj is not even that far away from being Wicked related. For anybody listening who does not know, Ginger Minj is best known to most of us as a competitor on RuPaul's Drag Race Season 7, All-Stars Season 2, All-Stars Season 6, and most recently as the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 10. She really is the Jenny DeNoia of the Drag Race franchise. She just be coming anytime you need her. Call her up. She's like, I could be painted in 15 minutes. So in a way, I'm sad that she won, because now she's not going to compete anymore.
Because it's titled Ginger Minj, the Jenny
DeNoia of Drag Race.
Approximately 20 people on this planet will understand that.
Right. But all 20 of those people listen. So no, but so Ginger is known across the fandom for being a campy queen, always excels at the acting and singing and comedy challenges, which makes a lot of sense. Yes, because Ginger has a background and a current present in the musical theater.
Feels like she's getting more into the musical theater.
Yes, and I can't wait to talk to her with the jinx of it all, and like with Jinx really like forging the path from Drag Race to Broadway.
In a very chic way, might I add.
In a very chic way, and also not to undermine any of like Marsha or Peppermint or anything. I just mean like the Jinx of it all feels like a very big moment. And I am really excited to see what I hope to be a wave of Drag Race girls coming to Broadway in some capacity.
Because ultimately, drag queens are just kind of talented in all the aspects that you need for a musical theater career. So
yes, you got to have the charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
And Broadway could use more of that.
Okay. Save that for the Patreon. Ginger Minj grew up performing on stage. She majored in theater in college. Since being introduced to the world on Drag Race, Ginger has been on stage in drag in shows like Sweeney Todd, Chicago, Hedwig, and of course, the Holy Grail, La Cage aux Folles. Two things. Number one, fun fact, Sweeney Todd, Stephen Sondheim personally approved her casting. The casting like as of a drag queen as Mrs. Lovett.
Wow.
Second thing is I love that video, the Trailblazers Awards, where she sings I Am What I Am for Harvey Fierstein. Give her a whole revival just based on that.
Honestly,
she would kill it. She's the perfect. Honestly, her and Jinx should do it.
That's a really good
Ginger
idea.
as Alban and Jinx, or they could Little Fox it. They could. Okay.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Who do we talk to?
Also, Harvey Fierstein's Tony speech really got me so on board. Again, not that I was ever off board, but I was like, damn, he really is the best.
He's one of the greats.
Yeah.
Let's have him on the podcast after the movie
That
and
would
everything.
be fun.
Let's have him on the podcast.
He could have been a fun choice for the Wizard.
Or Madame Morrible. Again,
Or
he
Madame
could Little
Morrible.
Fox it.
We gotta ask Ginger if she wants to do Morrible.
We gotta. I hope. I've honestly never been more embarrassed. I worked up the nerve to ask Anna Gasteyer 2 questions and her answer to both of them was no. Anyways, welcome back from the Patreon cut.
Yeah. Guys, subscribe to our Patreon. We're starting to talk off the record.
Ginger has released 3 of her own studio albums, as well as appearing on the albums of tons of other drag race queens. On screen, you may have spotted
And a recent
her
cover of Defying Gravity, which is
recent
available
cover
to
of
stream.
Defying Gravity. Again, she's not. This is not an unwicked centered.
She's living out the
episode.
Sentimental Men fantasy.
Listen, Ginger Minj is a theater kid who grew up to win RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, there's no way that Wicked did not play a part in her life in some way.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the clear with this episode. This is a Wicked episode.
They always are.
You heard it here first. Ginger Minj is going to be our next Madame Morrible on Broadway. It honestly would be so fabulous. Oh my God. And she'd make that stupid, cross-eyed face in the, you may have fooled the rest of Oz with that aren't I good act. You may have spotted Ginger Minj on screen in shows like AJ and the Queen, in the movie Dumplin' with Jennifer Aniston, or in a little indie film called Hocus Pocus 2. Honestly, how iconic to be the drag version of officially documented J. Armstrong Johnson found quaking. Every gay that's ever done it for Halloween, wigless. Ginger Minj, the official Winifred Sanderson drag queen. That's
Thank you for your
iconic.
service, J. Armstrong Johnson.
Nothing but respect to other interpretations. But the call went to Ginger. Oh my God, Ginger Minj, Hello Dolly.
Sure.
And RuPaul can be Horace.
Someone should do a straight up revival of Hello Dolly with RuPaul as Horace.
Not as Dolly. Michelle Visage as Dolly. RuPaul as Horace. Oh my God. That's all I have to say. Ginger Minj is fucking excellent. And
I have a sense
very
this is going to be a very fun conversation.
I do too. I think she could be one of our rotating co-hosts.
Lindsay Heather Pierce and Ginger Minj, co-hosts.
Oh my God. They start their own podcast. We're out of business.
They would leave us in the dust. All right, let's get into this interview with Ginger Minj.
I can't wait. Let's do it.
Ginger Minj, thank you so much for joining us on Sentimental Men.
Welcome.
Thank you. I am quite the sentimental man.
Yes.
And the sentimental fan, the sentimental fan, everything.
We're saying we're branching out to these non-Wicked guests, but all of our non-Wicked guests still feel like they're within the Wicked universe.
I'm wearing my sweatshirt.
Are any sentimental men really outside the Wicked verse? We're all one leg in.
We all live in the bubble.
Yeah. Okay, so our first question is, what is your first Wicked the Musical touch point in life, just as a person?
I mean, I grew up just obsessed with The Wizard of Oz. With everything Wizard of Oz. The books were my building blocks growing up. And of course, whenever the Wicked novel came out, I had to have it. I devoured it. Didn't even understand what I had read at that point because, you know, the novel is so crazy. It is where. So when I heard that it was being turned into a musical, my little gay heart was like, oh, yes, finally, these girls can sing like they've always meant to be. But I was like, how the hell are they going to do this?
It's going to be quite the musical.
On stage, there's going to be like 5 million acts. It's never going to end. And then I saw it and I went, oh, this was so smart because you took those little bits and pieces that we really loved from the book and then you made it make sense with the entire world of Wicked, or of Wizard of Oz. And I was obsessed from day one. I saw my first time seeing it was the performance right after the Tony Awards.
Wow.
And I'll never forget.
Was that intentional?
No, it was just the first day that I could get tickets.
Yeah.
And I stumbled into them. And we were we had rush seats. I think we were in like the first or second row.
Wow.
And
oh my God.
I remember, I will never ever forget Kristen Chenoweth coming down in the bubble. And you could tell like there was this air of, I just lost the Tony Award to Stephen Menzel.
It's good to see me, isn't it?
No need to respond. That was rhetorical. And it struck me like in that moment, and I have never forgotten that ever, ever, ever. And that's when like Glinda as a person, as a character, just became so like imbued with who I am as a performer and a drag queen. I was like, I strive to be that level of petty on stage.
Yes. I wonder too, like, because especially growing up, like, as you said, like as a theater kid, as a, theater lover, Kristen Chenoweth is like the ideal of musical theater comedy. Like, yes. She is the Lucille Ball of musical theater.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, were you already doing drag at this point when you were seeing Wicked for the first time?
No, this was right before I really kind of got all into the drag world. I was dabbling in it a little bit here.
Yeah.
Mostly because I was under the drinking age, but I knew that I looked enough like my cousin's fiance if I put a wig and some lipstick on it.
Stop.
So I was dressing in drag to use his ID to go to the bar, not even to drink, just to kind of like be amongst queer people, because where I was born and raised, there were no queer people out on the street. Nobody was loud and proud. So in order to like have a sense of community, I stumbled into drag, and that got me into the scene and into the bars. But I hadn't really like developed who I was as a character at that point. I wasn't doing it professionally or really like I wasn't doing it consistently. But it was seeing people like Kristen Chenoweth as Glinda that made me go, oh, I can kind of take the things I love, like Lucille Ball and Carol Burnett,
right,
and mix it with musical theater, mix it with Oz, and just become like this character.
So talk to us a little bit more about your takeaways after seeing Wicked that first time. I think something that's interesting is when Wicked was opening, it was a little divisive amongst theater folks. Like some people really loved it and some people really weren't taking to it. What was your just takeaways from seeing it?
Well, there's the ambulance right there.
Take me out.
Take me out. No, I mean, I absolutely loved it. I could see why it would be divisive because you have the MGM Oz fans who are so protective over that property. You've got the literary Wonderful Wizard of Oz fans who are very protective over that property. And then you have the fans of Gregory Maguire's novel who were so like, this is the Oz for me. This is the Oz that speaks to me. So you're trying to appeal to all of these different branches of the same thing. And I think that it successfully blends all of those different things into one. But if you are a specific fan of one or the other, there are elements of your Oz that you don't see represented, or you feel like the elements that have been taken can be bastardized. So I do understand how some people could be like, yeah, it's fine, but it's not my Oz, or it's not what I wanted it to be. Oz is so expansive. Anyway, it's hard to boil it down. Even the MGM movie did not get it right when it comes to the stories and the world building, but we love it for what it is. And I think that that's what people have really grown to love about Wicked on stage and now in film. What I love about the films is that they kind of just, okay, I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, please.
I love Wicked on stage, but the storytelling's not there. It's so fast.
Zipping through.
It's so fast. And I had forgotten about that until after I had seen part one and I went back to go watch it again. We were doing press week for All Stars 10. And I was like, oh, I can get a ticket. Let me go see it. And, you know, an hour and 10 minutes into the film, you're just getting into popular. 20 minutes into the stage show, she's already la-la-lying.
I just went back to see it a couple weeks ago, and that was my first time after having only seen the movie over and over. And I was like, this is moving fast. Holy shit.
It's a breakneck speed, and you don't have time to breathe. You don't have time to really just kind of sit in those moments with the characters and let them resonate with you. And I think that's the most beautiful gift that the films have given us, is that it's giving it a lot of breathing room. It's giving us those moments to be like, okay, now I understand why you're so close, how you're so close, why this is important, and why it's affecting the whole world. So I do think that I would have loved for the stage show to give us a little more time in there.
Sure. It would have been 4 hours long.
Yeah. But I mean, I would have sat 10 hours up. You know?
They could have Angels in America that separated it, like, make me come on 2 nights. I'll be there.
Well, I say that to all the men. Make me come on 2 nights. Don't spit, Kevin. You'll never be popular. But yeah, I mean, so I understood all of the criticism that went with it. And I'll be that one that said, maybe I don't agree that Avenue Q should have won the Best Musical Tony, but I understand why it did. I feel like Avenue Q was a little more like, this is exactly what we are. This is exactly what the message is. And it appealed to the people that it appealed to because it wasn't trying to be a bunch of different things. So I understand, but I also still am obsessed with Wicked and wanted to have all of the love and accolades in the world.
Yeah.
So then talk us through when the movie casting comes out. Try and go back in time. You haven't seen the movie yet. What were initial reactions to the cast as it was coming out?
I mean, Cynthia Erivo, I've been obsessed with since I saw her as Celie in Color Purple in London years before anybody knew who she was. And I was just so like enthralled with her. Nobody can tell a story through song the way that Cynthia Erivo can. So I was really excited about that. I thought that it was also very exciting that we had a person of color playing a literal person of color.
Right, yes.
To kind of, like no pun intended, shade it differently. And I also was thrilled when Ariana got cast because I knew, that she was a brilliant comedian. Anybody that has watched her on any of the late night shows or on Saturday Night Live knows that she just has comic timing. Like, it's in her bones. And I knew what an obsessive Oz fan she had been her entire life. While all of these other people are like, oh my God, she's going to ruin it. But I knew she cared enough about it that she wasn't going to screw it up.
Yeah.
And then in my head, I'm like, okay, this is their chance to get Bette Midler to play Madame Morrible. We're going to get Winifred Sanderson in like part 2, the remix. even better.
We thought how cool if Liza could do it.
Liza would have been amazing. But in my spirit, I just really, really, really wanted Bette Midler to do it. I mean, of course, that's my hocus pocus Winifred Sanderson loving soul.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't her, I really wanted Cheryl Lee Ralph because I enjoyed her so much in the show, and she has that bravado that she brings to everything that she does that I thought would really play. My Madame Morrible, I want her to be so incredibly awful and evil from the jump. I want to play Madame Morrible. Like, that is my dream.
We were
okay,
just
this was
talking,
our question.
Yes, in the intro we were talking, because they just announced in Brazil that Gloria Groove is going in, and we were like, now is the time. Like, Morrible, especially within the context of the show, like, she is drag. All those women have been in drag.
She is.
And performing at like a drag level of camp. Like, it's just built into the role. It makes so much sense.
Well, and it's so meta for me because, like, I grew up watching The Golden Girls, and then the second Morrible that I saw was Rue McClanahan. Flash forward all these years later, I've been playing Blanche Devereaux in Golden Gals Live for 7 years. So I feel like now's the time for all of these elements to come together and let me play Rue McClanahan as Madame Morrible in Wicked on Broadway.
I think it'd be perfect. You'd be terrific.
I do too. And I also think that it would be like such an interesting statement in this particular political climate because people are trying to villainize drag so much. So why not, like, I mean, as political as Wicked is in general, why not just really like hone in on those stereotypes and then kind of break them down from the inside out?
I was telling Kevin, I think it's going to take one queen to do it once, and then that's going to become the norm on Broadway. It's just always a drag queen as Madame Morrible.
Always a queen.
Well, and Gloria, so I voiced Lemon Chiffon. Oh, right there on my tab. Yeah, the little character.
Oh, yeah.
In Super Drags on Netflix. And it was a dub of the Brazilian one, and Gloria was a part of the Brazilian cast.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Okay.
So, like, we are all connected to each other in a circle and a hoop that doesn't end.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, keep it in the Super Drags family. Let me.
Yes.
All right, this is the official petition for Ginger Minge as
The
Madame
campaign
Morrible.
starts now.
There were petitions to get me to play Ursula in the live action Little Mermaid. They got hundreds of thousands of signatures and it still didn't help. I will still miss out on Madame Morrible because Melissa McCarthy will decide she wants
Not the mug.
Sips.
the tea is piping today.
Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
god.
Well, what are your career aspirations? I think it's a really interesting time watching what's happening with Jinx, and Jinx is really doing a bespoke career path that I think makes so much sense. We were talking about how drag queens especially have all of the talent buckets that you need to be a Broadway performer. So it just makes so much sense.
Well, yeah, I mean, and it's so interesting to go on a show like RuPaul's Drag Race where it's not a Project Runway where you create and design outfits. It's not an American Idol where you sing songs. It's not this or that. There's nothing specific. It is every reality competition all shoved into one, and you've got to do it backwards in heels. So it's true. Like, a lot of us do possess all of the qualities that it takes to be a big Broadway star or a big movie star, any of those things, but it's hard to get taken seriously by who are in charge because a lot of them don't understand all of the different facets of talent that you have and to hit consistently to have any kind of career or staying power. And I think Jinx has been such a beautiful journey to watch because she's really like, she's not just opening doors, she's kicking them off the hinges so that the others of us who have been trying to do this for years are starting to be taken a little more seriously.
I was going to say, we had Anna Gasteyer on recently, and she was saying the same thing. To be on SNL when she was leaving, there was no roadmap of how to transition that or lever that into a stage career. And so to now, like you're saying, have a little bit of a roadmap and a little bit of just like legitimacy put under Drag Race as a path to Broadway.
Yeah, and it's wild because I just did my 4th season in 10 years. Finally won. Yay.
Yes, yay!
God knows I don't have a 5th season in me. And I had to win.
You've done it.
But in that 10 years and 4 seasons, even though I got into drag through musical theater, I accidentally stumbled into drag because of theater and curated this whole character that was so musical theater coded. I never got taken seriously as that until I did my talent show performance on this season, which is the second to last episode. Right. And it airs, and within hours, I started getting producers from Broadway reaching out saying, "We had no idea that this was in your wheelhouse. How can we get you into the room so we can start talking about what's next for you on Broadway?"
That's amazing.
So it took me 25 years of doing drag, 4 seasons over 10 years of RuPaul's Drag Race.
On the second to last episode.
Episode. To get people to understand that this is who I have always been as an entertainer, and this is what my aspirations have always like kind of built up to.
Because what was your dream for yourself as a child? What did you think you wanted to do?
I wanted to do Broadway. That was the ultimate goal. I never really saw much of a path for it. I was born and raised in Leesburg, Florida, which is North Florida. And in Florida, we always say the further north you go, the further south you are. And there were no other queer kids, especially like queer musical theater loving fat kids in our little Southern Baptist community. That it was just me. And I didn't see anybody that really looked like me or did what I did on TV or Broadway or anything, except for Divine. Watching all the John Waters movies, loved Hairspray. I'm still traumatized by Pink Flamingos, but I love it so much. And then, of course, as I was a teenager and Hairspray the musical hit, Harvey Fierstein just gave me that hope. And I was like, oh my God, I could not only star in a big Broadway musical wearing a wig and dress and heels, I can also win the Tony Award for doing it.
Yeah.
And it made me so excited. So it kind of like reignited this fire in me to figure out what not easiest, but what the most viable path to Broadway would be. And that's when I stumbled into drag and started taking that on, thinking, oh, I'm going to be the next Medea, Robin Williams, like all of these people that have made a career blending drag and acting. And that was not the case.
Yeah.
A lot of different directions to finally kind of wind back here.
Right.
Well, it's interesting. I feel like culture has gotten to a point, and Drag Race as just an entity has gotten to a point where you look at Jinx and Marsha, who can say
to call it the entity.
The entity.
But like a Jinx and Marsha can do I did the Drag Race thing, but I'm just a talented performer and be taken seriously as a performer. It does feel like we're turning a new page with the crossover.
Absolutely. And I mean, I've only met Marsha once, and she's so lovely and so talented. But having spent so much one-on-one time with Jinx, I knew like what went into it. And people... It was so weird because a lot of people look at it and they go, oh, it just happened overnight.
Mm-mm.
No, I mean, it took her years of fighting to be seen to make it to Chicago on Broadway. And then once Chicago hit, then yes, everything else just started falling into place, which hopefully is the case for Marsha and myself and any of these other girls who are musical theater girlies. But it took decades of work to become an overnight success.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to talk about your lip sync for your life with Diabetti to Defying Gravity, original Broadway cast recording version for the movie girls.
Well, and the funniest part was, and I was hoping they would leave it in, but they didn't, was they do that whole setup of, as a tribute to the OG Broadway witches, we're going to do the whole setup, and then Cynthia goes, because they wouldn't fucking release art. And And the rest of us are on stage, especially me. I'm like, but it exists. It exists in the world. And I need to hear it because this was before the movie came out.
Right.
And we all told her, we were like, we're not going to do this lip sync until you stand up and do the battle cry. We just have to hear it. So you could hear a pin drop, not a sound on set. Cynthia Erivo stood up and did the whole battle cry as loud as could be. It sent chills through my spine, which is why I was crying before the song even started.
Okay.
I was in it. I was like it, and I knew once I saw what the lip sync song was, I was like, there's going to be nothing that stops me from placing in the top on this challenge. Like, I won't let it because I need to do this song in front of those two people, in front of the world. Like, I feel like this is the turning point for me with drag and Drag Race, like marrying all of the things that I love into one. So I fought hard to get to that spot in the first place. And then to be able to do it, there's those moments in life where like something just kind of takes over and you black out until it's done. And that's one of them. The other moment I remember having like that was when I got to sing I Am What I Am on the Trailblazers for Harvey.
We just dreamcast you in Lacage in the intro.
Yes.
To be completely honest with you, that is like the ultimate for me. I've played Alben twice. I did it in Lacage in Chicago a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And like all the reviews are like, oh, wow, isn't it so different when it's actually played by a drag queen, somebody who has lived this experience? So one of the reviews was like, I've seen this probably 50 times in the last 40 years, and this is the first time that it actually felt like a real story.
Yeah.
And speaking of political climate, like now is the time,
Right.
fortunately, where it's more relevant than it was 4 decades ago. So anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. But
No, it's great.
those two moments are the ones in my career where I remember the lead up and I remember the fallout and nothing in the middle. I don't remember doing that lip sync at all. I just remember coming to and seeing Ariana just sobbing in the corner.
The iconic cut to her wiping
Yeah.
tears
Yes.
away.
Yeah, and she kept going. She kept, I'm so
All of
sorry.
us.
This is not. And it was just like we knew that what we had done was something really special.
Mm-hmm.
For the people who needed to see it, it was special.
Well, and that song, especially for a Lip Sync for Your Life, because it's not like a cat song. It's a you have to just be dropped in and just perform the honesty in the number.
And of course, like a lot of the younger fan base, they've gotten so used to the that they still want you to death drop and kick and spin and punch and do all of these things to songs like Defying Gravity. And in all honesty, it wouldn't make any sense. And
Right.
it really does, like, it's disrespectful to a song like that has so much meaning for so many people. And I know, like, Thorgy Thor was, I think it was Thorgy, on one of the review shows. She was like, you should have shoved a bunch of fabric in your dress and pulled it out and made a cape and figured out a way to fly. And I'm like, first of all, nobody has the time. Nobody has the budget.
Or the luggage space.
But also, it's one of those songs where you just need to be honest and vulnerable for 2 minutes. Like, that's it. That's it. And the ones who got it really got it.
And then talk to us about then your decision to record Defying Gravity. I'm assuming like that came after this moment, the push to do that.
This season was very strange to film because we filmed the bracket last summer, last July, and then we came back to film the semifinals into the final lip sync SmackDown in like March, April of this year.
Oh, interesting.
But there was a big gap of time. And I mean, it was enough for me to lose, 100. And at that point, I think 125, 130 pounds. I've lost 170 at this point, which I am proud to say is the only thing I've lost this year.
Yes.
It was in that time, like in that time off, that my life started to take on a flavor, a different path. And it felt like that was becoming my theme song. Because especially from the moment that the cast was announced for All Stars 10, immediately people started going, oh, it's rigged. I mean, they hadn't seen frame one of me walking into the workroom, anything. And it was favoritism, it's this, da-da-da-da-da. Like, they couldn't think of any other reason to hate on me after 4 seasons and 10 years. So it suddenly became that. Or why is she back? I felt like I was being counted out from the beginning before I had a chance to show anything. And it really, like, the more I listened to Defying Gravity, the more it just sunk into my bones. Like, oh, this is my anthem. This is my theme song. This is what's going to get me through this season. So then I started like singing it live in a couple of shows, and it got such a great response that I was like, okay, I think this is the one. This is the one. And we went into the studio and we recorded it. And much like Ariana was saying in one of her interviews where she was like, oh, Stephen Schwartz was thinking that he was going to popify it and make it more of an Ariana version of Popular. My music producer was like, yeah, we got to make this a little more either country or a little more rock and roll. Or that. I said, no, just trust it. Trust it. And we did, and it's had such a beautiful response that I'm proud of it. I'm really proud to have put that out into the world.
Yeah. And I thank you for putting out a male key of Defying Gravity, because as a little boy growing up, I always wanted to sing along to like a male version.
Yeah.
I've gotten so many messages from people that are like, oh my God, thank you. Finally a key I can sing it in.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Well, it's interesting hearing you know, we talk to a lot of alphabas and they talk about just like the mental weight and struggle of playing the part on Broadway and all of the chatter and the comparisons to other alphabas. And Drag Race feels like a similar situation.
Oh, absolutely.
And this past cycle feels like it might have been like a especially difficult mental time for you in those heels.
On the surface level, it can sound that way. But to be honest, I have never been more sure of who I am as a character, as a performer. And I think that that's why I know that is why I did consistently well this time, better than I've ever done before. But I also think that that's why it was so difficult for some people to like buy into that and buy into the fantasy of me doing that well, because they had seen me struggle so much in the past. But this time I came into it going, there's nothing that's going to stop me. Literally, the world is my oyster. I've done really well in this competition. I've done really poorly in this competition. And I know who I am more now than I ever have in my entire life. When I turned 40 last year, I'll be 41 in like 2 weeks.
Slay.
And when I turned 40, literally up until midnight, I was, oh my God, I don't want to do this. I'm going to get so old. I'm going to feel blah, 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 blah. Midnight hit. The world was standing. And I went, oh my God, I'm better than I've ever been. Life is better than it's ever been. And it's just going to get better from here. So if you just trust your instincts, close your eyes and leap, you will be so fine. And that's how I took on the competition this time. Like every single mini challenge, every day, it was just what's next, what's in front of me, how can I do this? And that's how I did as well as I did. And I think if people like objectively go back and watch that, they will really see that it was a very different gameplay from a very different Ginger this time.
Yeah. I think also too, it's like kind of the difference maybe between drag queen via theater and drag queen via like makeup maybe is like a theater kid, like the mark of a theater kid is the resourcefulness to like figure out how to be good at something we've never heard of. Like
in the moment,
like there's just a sort of scrappiness that comes from being a theater kid or a theater queen. And I think that sort of scrappiness, like you're saying, is perfect for a situation where it's like, okay, this week you're going to be flamenco dancing half as a man, half as a woman.
While drinking out of a dog bowl.
Yeah. Like it's such a hard thing to be consistently good at that it's like, I feel embarrassment for the people who are like well, it must have been rigged for her to be that good at that many things. God forbid she's actually talented and well-rounded.
And the real thing about it is, as a live theater person, you know that you have to immediately, from the moment you step on stage, you assess what's around you, you read the room, and then you tailor whatever your performance is to whatever is given back to you.
Right.
And RuPaul gives you the secret to success every single time she walks into the workroom. Make me laugh. That's what she says all the time. So if you are paying attention and you're just kind of reading the vibes that you're being given by Ru and the judges, you can tailor whatever you're doing in that moment to what is going to make her laugh and what is going to resonate with her.
Right.
My favorite tweet throughout the whole season was this person that said, Ginger Minj has committed the cardinal sin of making RuPaul like you in the literal "make RuPaul like you" competition.
No, it's true though.
It's like, this woman has been showing up for 18 years, 5 million seasons a year. She just wants to have a good time while she's working.
Yes.
So if you can hone in on what tickles her little funny bone, and then do it in a way that's really authentic to who you are as a performer, she appreciates that and she rewards it.
Okay, at the time of recording, Movie 2 press tour hasn't really started in earnest, it feels, which is a little confusing to me because I feel like last year we were all systems go from Super Bowl time.
Yes, but aren't you just like so amped for it? You're waiting for it.
Yes.
It's smart.
This is smart. This is really smart marketing.
What are you most looking forward to, though, from this Movie 2 era, either in the movie itself or from the press tour?
Well, first of all, I know that the movie is going to destroy me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even Act 2, as swiftly as it moves, it never doesn't affect me. It always gets me right in the feels. But just knowing how invested we all are in this relationship between them, I know it's going to devastate me. So on some level, I'm not even looking forward to the movie because I'm not looking forward to being that sad. But I am so invested in the merchandising.
Yes.
Because it was crazy for part 1, and it is even more insane for part 2. We have Gain laundry pod things that are wicked scented. The craziest shit we've
Suitcases.
Suitcases. We've got oil of Olay body wash. You've got secret deodorant in a Glinda and an Elphaba scent. As ridiculous as it is, I'm gonna buy it all.
Yeah, I have a box under my bed of just like craziest, and especially too then like when people know that you're like an Oz fan or like a Wicked fan or that you have a Wicked podcast, it's like, oh, I passed this trinket that has Glinda on it and I got it for you. It's like, thank you. I needed another tumbler that
Well, the thing is, I do. I need it all.
I have no limits.
I am unlimited. I really need it all. And this $200,000 could not have hit at an inopportune time because I'm so used to being broke that I really have to like sit and debate on the things that this is a necessity. No, that's not. The Voluspa candles, yes, are the best candles I've ever had. That Glinda pink yuzu, I will buy a Universal Pass when I'm home in Orlando just to go into the park for 20 minutes to go into the Wicked store and buy those candles and restock them. I've started giving them gifts. Voluspa, please give me a sponsorship. I have put your entire family through school with those damn candles.
The Drag Race prize money is your Wicked fund for part 2.
Yes, I haven't spent any of it yet because I know that it's all coming, and I'm like,
right? They're gonna release the Wicked Part 2 Lexus, and
yeah, all the other girls are like, well, I invested in real estate, and I bought a new car, and look at my drag, isn't it just tip top beautiful? Meanwhile, I'm over here rubbing Glinda on my armpit. But I'm gonna do it.
But to the earlier point, I also feel like Act 2 has the most room to expand and build upon. So I'm excited to see what they do in the movie. I'm hoping Ethan gets a little more screen time in movie 2 than he did in movie 1.
Well, I mean, he's going to, because they gave him a Funko Pop.
Back to the
That's
merch.
an investment. That's an investment.
Yeah, the merch, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, I feel like he's definitely going to. What I'm most excited about is being like a Dorothy Gale fan and always being so disappointed in the lack of Dorothy Gale of
Yes.
Wicked. Like, I realize it's not about her, but she is literally the catalyst for like the final act.
Yes.
So it was always weird that we only saw one glimpse of her in Shadow Puppet.
Yeah.
Do you think we're getting spoken lines from Dorothy in the second
do.
movie?
I do too.
I do.
I've been very invested in this as well.
Yeah, and they would not have kept her identity such a secret. Well, tried to keep her identity such a secret from all of us mega fans for over a year at this point. I don't think that they would have taken the care in recreating such iconic moments from the 1939 film to immediately grab us. And Stephen Schwartz had done that interview last year where he was talking about, there could be a third part to Wicked. We could continue to expand the universe with more films. And he had made some comment, maybe I'm making this up, but I don't think so. But maybe it's the medication. I don't know. But I do believe he made the comment that he would love to go back and, instead of continuing with the Wicked book series, kind of looking at the original Wonderful Wizard of Oz novel from the Wicked perspective. And to me, that would make the most sense with setting up Dorothy.
Right.
In this movie, and making us invest in her a little bit.
Right.
So that if and when they do that, we're already in.
Yeah. Do you think a Wizard of Oz remake goes over well with the fans, though? Or is that like sacrilege to touch?
Who cares? Honestly, like if All Stars 10 taught me nothing, sometimes it's not about fan reaction. It's about creating the art that you want and letting it find the people who need to find it.
Yeah.
And I have always been like, I hate when my friends go, "Oh my God, a remake, how terrible. It's going to ruin the original," or this. People don't realize, first of all, that the 1939 film, as much as I love it, is not an original. It was a remake of a remake of a remake of a film. And it has nothing to do with the plot line of the book, like past the basic generic, this girl lands on a witch, she has to go kill another one, and she meets these people.
Much like Wicked.
Yeah. So, it's like, just kind of go with it. The original that you love will always be there. It's not like they're going to take every copy and burn it. People are losing their minds over this production at the Sphere in Las Vegas right now.
Oh, yeah, the AI.
Yeah, which, I have my issues with AI. I don't think that we should really invest into a lot of this.
Yeah.
Literally take over the world and destroy us all. But for what that is, like, they're not confiscating your copy of the 1939 movie and burning it.
Mm-hmm.
They're just giving you another option. And if you went in and watched the original copy on the Sphere, first of all, it'd be so damn grainy, you couldn't see anything. And it's only going to go this far in a building that's this big.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think what people fail to realize is when you're in an environment like that, where it was specifically like created for that space, you're not even going to see the AI clouds and trees above your head. It's just to kind of fill in the dead space above your eye line, which is what the film did beautifully with all those watercolor backdrops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think we should have as much Oz as often as possible. Keep it alive for the next generation. And that's what I'm so grateful for Wicked. The musical, yes, but particularly these new films. I love that it's introducing Oz and that whole world to a brand new generation of people who had never even heard of it. My sister, I got to tell you this story before we listen. I was obsessed with Wizard of Oz growing up. My sister hated it simply because I loved it so much.
Yeah. Classic.
And it inundated my family with my one-woman production of The Wizard of Oz constantly. So when Wicked came out, I tried to take her to see the stage show a couple times. She's like, no, I don't want to see any damn people singing about witches and monkeys and any of that. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't, da, da, da. So my husband was out during the holidays. He was off doing something. My mom was gone. Our nephews were gone. It was just me and my sister at the house. And she was like, you want to go to the movies? And I said, yeah, I'll pay, but you got to go see what I want to see. I was like, are you going to take me to see Wicked? You've already seen it 10 times. I was like, yeah, the 11th is the charm, girl.
I'll pay.
So we get to the movie theater. I buy the tickets, and she goes, can we please sit on the aisle? I know it's like 3 hours long. I'm going to have to pee. I need an escape plan. So we get there, we sit down, the movie starts, and she's like, by the time that opening number is done, she's on the edge of her seat like this. She didn't move the entire film.
Yeah.
It ends. We stand up. She's dead silent. She's wiping her tears, just quiet. We get to the car. It's like a 5-minute walk. We get in, sit down. She still hasn't said a word. And she turns to me and she goes, the wizard's her dad. The next movie coming out. And I was like, wait. You got that? And she goes, yeah. Oh, it's so clear. It's so clear. So with dad, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. The Fiero, that's the scarecrow. That's the scarecrow because he's brainless. See? Yeah. She's trying to explain this to me on the drive home, and she's so excited about it. Then a couple days later, I had gone out on the road. I come home. I walk in. She wasn't expecting me. She's sitting on the couch watching Wizard of Oz.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, what are you doing? And she laughs, and she goes, it just all makes so much more sense now.
Oh.
She's so invested in all of Oz now.
Yeah.
Because of the first Wicked movie for a property that she hated. She chose to hate her entire 50-year-old life. She's now obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Wow. That's beautiful.
And that's what doing remakes and reboots and things like Wicked can do for a world that means so much to so many people. It can keep it alive and it can make it bigger and better for everybody.
Right.
My very long-winded way of saying that.
Before we go, tell us about your current projects, things on the horizon. What does life look like for Ginger Minge right now?
Life is busy. It's busy, but in the best way possible. I'm in P-Town right now. I'm finishing up my residency. I've been here for 2 weeks. I've got a week and a half, 2 weeks left. 6 shows a week, 6 nights a week. Only Tuesdays off. You know, I got to get my stamina up for
Broadway schedule.
Broadway's around the corner. We do have a couple offers on the table that we're trying to figure out what the best next step would be for that. But in between now and then, I'm going out on the Hocus Pocus live tour because my little witchy heart will take any chance I get to cast a spell.
Yes.
So it's myself, Jujubee, Saphira Cristal, and Landon Cider. It's going, oh my gosh, everywhere. We're going everywhere. We've already got 22 dates announced, and we're about to announce the second leg because it's been doing so well. So that's taken us everywhere with Hocus Pocus Live. Then I'm filming a movie, which I can't really talk about right now, but it's going to be big and splashy and fun.
Amazing.
And then Broadway.
That's amazing.
And as always, my book is available, Southern Fried Sass. There are Oz-flavored recipes in there, Oz-inspired stories. And actually, if you kind of want to, I mean, it's kind of a shameless plug, of course, but if you really want to dive into the start of my love of all things Oz, it's all explained in that book, and it all has to do with my grandmother. Her name was Shirley Temple. Not that one. But she always said 3 miracles happened in 1939. The Wizard of Oz was released. Tina Turner was born, and she was born.
Wait, I love your grandma.
Oh, I did too. And
oh my God.
And my favorite things growing up were Tina Turner and The Wizard of Oz. And my grandma. So it really, and it tells this story about how I was such a picky eater. I know it's hard to believe, but I was such a picky eater growing up that she had to relate it back to Oz in some way for me to try it. So like the cornbread, she would cut like this and it would become the Yellow Brick Road.
Right.
Or the broccoli was green like the Wicked Witch, so that I would eat that. And she was my superhero and my savior. But go check out Southern Fried Sass by Ginger Minj. It is definitely a love story to my grandmother and to all things Oz.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It was so great chatting with you.
Thank you. Let's get that petition. Ginger Minj is Madame Morrible on Broadway. Let's get it going.
Check the episode details for more.
We asked Anna Gasteyer if she would ever consider coming back as Madame Morrible, and she was like, fuck no.
I got to see her when she did it in Chicago.
Oh, wow.
And she was fabulous. And then I think it was Rondi Reed was Madame Morrible then. And she was one of my favorites as well. But my favorite Elphaba ever is Saquon.
Fantastic.
She's
so phenomenal.
Big
I was such a rent head. So my Southern's coming out. I was such a rent head. And she was my favorite Mimi. So I followed the Roger tour around every time it would come to the
Not the Roger tour.
Girl. OG rent head. So I would follow the tour around, and she was my favorite Mimi. So when I found out that she was covering Elphaba, I made a trip specially to New York City to sit there and watch her. And she had like a whole weekend that she was going on, so I saw every performance. I don't think anybody has ever sung it better. I don't think anybody's ever looked more beautiful in the green makeup.
She's a different tier. Yeah.
She is. And I had asked somebody, so I was having a conversation. I was like, I don't understand why she never did it full time, why they didn't offer it to her. And they said, oh, no, they did. They constantly offered it to her, but she liked being a swing.
Yeah.
So she didn't want to take it. I was like, oh, okay. As long as it was on her terms.
Cushy gig.
We're going to have to clip this and send it to her. She is big into the Scent Men universe.
Oh my gosh. Saquon, I love you so much. If they let me play Madame Morrible, please just come do one performance as Elphaba.
That's how we get her back as Elphaba. You as Morrible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
just do it for like a weekend.
I love it.
It'll be great.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much.
Also loved Wonder Years. You were great.
Oh my goodness. You've been listening to Sentimental Men.
If you enjoyed this episode, let us know by leaving a rating and a review on whatever platform you're using to listen.
And to be sure you never miss a new episode, subscribe on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever else you get your podcasts.
If you're looking for a way to support the pod, you should join us on Patreon at patreon.com/sentmenpod. Patreon members get early releases, extended episodes, and more exclusive content.
Special thanks to Julia DeMarzo and Michaela Reynolds for our logo design and key art photography.
To get in touch, find us on TikTok, Instagram, or X at SentMenPod, or shoot us an email at sentmenpod@gmail.com.
Till next time, I'm Quincy.
And I'm Kevin.